My name's Andrew. I quit my corporate job to build a business in a foreign country, and today we're preparing this farm for the delivery of 15,000 chickens in just 2 days. And of course, we have a few issues. You don't appreciate how many different pieces you need to get in place before chicks arrive. For some reason, the closer we get to launching a cycle, the more issues that come up. And something like this, something careless if left, could have negative consequences that you can't recover from. To see this the day before, we just should have been more ahead of this, but oh, Jesus Christ. Don't sneak up on me, bruh. We're back for another day, baby. 2 days until 15,000 chicks get dropped off at the farm, and we have issues flying left and right here. For some reason, the closer we get to launching a cycle, the more issues that come up. We lost our farm boy, but our manager helped us find another one, which is good. So we got that solved. We still have our 2 farm boys now, 1 new one. Now we're heading to get a bunch of stuff for the farm. The tarp siding has rips in it, so we're going to get a quote on what it's going to cost to replace part of that. We're getting a mattress for the hut. We ordered a desk for the hut, so we're going to have a little barracks set up there, which will be good. And light bulbs. We have some more light bulbs going out. Some of the casings look like they're like falling off a bit, so we'll see if Kuya can do something about that. But we'll get these things repaired, and then feed being delivered tomorrow, doctor coming tomorrow, and then we'll hopefully be all set for loading. So let's get to it. We'll cover the next 2 days, and then we'll jump to loading day. We're here downtown in the province. As you can see, it's hustling and bustling out here. Every time of day, there's usually traffic ripping through here. There's tuk-tuks, there's motorcycles. So when the sun's out, it can be brutally hot and crowded, but it's pretty cloudy today, so it's actually quite nice. We'll go see what we can get into. Maybe we'll grab some street food or some treats along the way. And those from, oh fuck. Those from US, Canada, you're gonna think this is diabolical too. Look at the power lines up there. They have enough power lines seemingly to power the whole globe, and there's still power outages here. But I find it like, look at the power lines there. An absolute chaotic mess of wires. We'll continue on. But those are things, infrastructure-wise, that you take for granted back home. You always think, fuck, where's my taxes going? It's going nowheres. I used to say that all the time in Canada. You're paying a huge percentage, and it's like, what's it even for? But things like the infrastructure that you take for granted becomes more evident when you're in a place like this. So we're going to get tarp, or see if they have it. We got a little sample of it, so we'll hand it to someone in the store and see what they can do. Okay, neither of these stores have the tarp we need. We may end up having to get it from Manila. 3-day wait time if we order it here. So we'll see if we can get it quicker in Manila or not. What you notice walking through the downtown in the province is it's small business city out here. You have everything. You have food shops, you got wholesalers of random products, little small markets, cell phone repairs. The entrepreneurial spirit is here in the province. Right now we're gonna grab my favorite snack here. I've only ever had it in the Philippines. I don't know what it's called, but it's top notch and it's gonna be fresh, it looks like. 50 pesos for it, so like $1. I don't know, 50 pesos, whatever that can give me.
25 pieces.
25? Sure.
2 pesos each.
Okay. So for 50 pesos, we get 25 pieces. So for $1, we get 25 pieces here. $1 back home, they may spit on it and give you half of one. Salamat kuya. Okay, we're loaded up. Tara na. Fresh bag. They're warm. That's the wrap. Want one? Kuya? It's like soft. I don't even know what it is, but these are fire. And for $1, 25 is just next level. Let's go. We're at SM. Mattress, water filters, lights. Hello. Hi out there. Morning. We're on our way to get a mattress, or like a foam pretty much, probably. I think it's gonna be super thin. This is the mattress we're getting. As thin as we can possibly get. We're actually gonna get a smaller one than this, but whatever, it'll do the job. Let's go. We got our mattress, now we're getting filters, light bulbs. We've already gotten filters here before, so we know where they are.
Power and ease using shop vac micro LED and dry vacuum cleaner.
2 filters, 2 big ones, 1 small one. We're going to try to change the filters more often this cycle. Now let's go get some light bulbs. Just 4 light bulbs, 15 watts. So much, Korea. It's the end of the day, essentially. We're leaving the mattress in the back because the hut's gonna get cleaned, and then we'll be back tomorrow, which will be the day before the chicks come. So we have gas getting dropped off, we have feed getting dropped off, the doctor's coming. They'll probably bring some vitamins and whatever else. Bathroom should be finished, and we should be ready to go. And we're hopefully getting the brooding area set up, and that'll be ready by roughly the end of the day tomorrow. So we're gonna head home, get some admin work done, and then we'll be back here bright and early for a full day, making sure we are ready for the chicks. We're at the farm the day before the chicks arrive, so we're getting things organized, and of course we have a few issues. It's our second cycle here, so there's still lessons to learn. The biggest one is the rice hull. So we laid down the rice hull yesterday, but all of it's wet pretty much, and Kuya didn't tell us that it was wet. So we're coming here today, thick layer of rice hull laid down, all of it's wet. And why does it matter if it's wet? Because it's gonna be cold. You can get early callousing and damage to the bottom of the chicks' feet, and especially early on when they can't regulate their temperature, anything wet is not gonna be good. So we'll put chick paper down when they first arrive, but when that gets taken off, it's still gonna be wet. So the plan is, we're trying to improvise here. I'm gonna scrape down this layer of rice hull and make it really thin so there's not a bunch trapped underneath that stays wet. We're gonna keep blasting the fans. We have 2 people down there fixing a bearing on one. If you recall, we had bearing issues last time too, so the good times keep on coming. So we're gonna scrape that down, turn the fans on, and then maybe as an added measure, we might turn the brooding heaters on and see if that helps dry, which is unfortunate because that's a waste of money. We're getting gas to fill up all these tanks is around close to 70,000 pesos, and to waste some of it just in the prep because of my own lack of diligence, I guess, is unfortunate. So a lesson learned, this won't happen again. This shit needs to get laid out at least a week in advance so we know that it's dry, and if it's not, it gives it time to dry. But see how these last minute solutions go. So you can see over here, there's a little contrast. There's very few dry spots, but there are some. So look at this, dry, blows in the wind essentially, nice and dry. And then look at this stuff, it's not blowing in the wind. So you can see the ventilation in here because it's taking the rice hull away. This stuff, wet, clumpy. You could even like compact it like it's like snow almost. So it's stuff like this, it's damp, it's cold, and this is stuff early on you may not see the negative impact, but you could be messing with the growth in the outcome of the birds on day 1, and you don't notice that till day 30. When their uniformity's off, they're not growing as much as they should be, there's illnesses in the birds, and something like this, something careless if left, could have, you know, negative consequences that you can't recover from. So we'll try to get this taken care of, and hopefully by the end it all looks like this, which might be wishful thinking, but we'll see. Let's get to it. This is what the plan is. It's a lot of manual work, and you realize we don't have tools for stuff like this. But you can see as I'm spreading it, look how thick this layer is. Like, way too thick. That's just too thick, even if it was dry, because we're gonna be raking this and flipping it. Firstly, you use up all your rice hull in one go, which is wasting money. You gotta go buy more. And secondly, it can cake up and get really thick, and it's tough to separate. And even when you rake it, it's tough to find the dry layers within. So you can really just be wasting money here. Some of this is dry here, so I'm gonna try to preserve this, get rid of some of the wet stuff. And then I'll just spread this dry stuff down, which is good. There's some dry stuff, but I don't want to mix it in with the wet because we need all the dry we can get here. At this time, you need to see everything, especially early on. You can't just rely on people generally, like at least at this stage, till you've built like a really good team around you. Because things like this, it's done, the rice hull's laid out, which is what we wanted, but it's all wet. So it's essentially, this could do way more harm than good. To see this the day before, we just should have been more ahead of this, but that's okay. It's not all bad here, but this is the most important thing to get done. Instead of shoveling snow here in January, we're shoveling rice hull. Jesus Christ. Hit my head on that about 10 times. Okay, so we have 2 fans being taken, getting new bearings on them, which again, everybody, oh, you're planning so bad. These we don't need these, and we knew that these bearings were broken. This is just when we got contractors to come. So we'll get these done before we need them. Gas is here. So they're gonna take away the old tanks and bring in 16 new ones, which should last us through the brooding stage. Maybe, we might get some extras. We're unloading the gas tanks, 15 of them actually. I thought it was 16, but 15 because we have 1 left over from last cycle. 2-man show here, and these look like heavy canisters, so they're just launching it off the truck and rolling it over. They have a way to get it done. It's not the most delicate work, but as long as they get here. We also got 1 roll of new tarp delivered here, so we'll have someone come cut that and patch the holes over there, which should help a lot with the ventilation and controlling the temperature inside. It's nice to get that. We'll either get that in today or very, very early on within the brooding stage here. But I don't have time to watch this gas get unloaded because there's a shit ton of stuff to do inside, so I'm gonna go get that done and then I'll show you guys the result. So we're heading back. We'll take a little peek at the progress, I guess you could say, but there's a lot of bags of rice hull and there's a lot of work to do. Generally, a huge constraint of any business, starting any business, is always going to be people and finding the right people to do the job. So we're actually getting a new farm boy in today because the other one left. If you don't have a team you're very confident and comfortable with, it forces you to have to double check everything and do a lot of the things you're trying to delegate yourself, which takes a lot of time. It's only the 2nd cycle here, so there's lots of room for improvement. We're working at the kinks, and then by the time hopefully the new farm's built, we'll be buzzing and have kind of, better understanding of how to manage teams for this kind of work. So I just went down this first row here, essentially pushing over rice hull that way because the layer's so thick, and then now I'm gonna go down this one and keep pushing a pile down that way and hopefully extend it down so it is a thinner layer, even thinner than it should be, just to help it dry, and then we can always aggregate it more and pile it up a little bit more later once it all looks dry. To make it a little easier to rake and shovel the rice hull down that way, I'm just gonna raise the lines up so I don't need to crouch underneath and reach over. I can just walk under. So this is how that works. You got this little stick, each line has one, and you just twist it. And then the line gets taller. So that should be generally fine. Boom. That way, I don't need to get on my hands and knees, and I can just quick crouch. These hips are tight, so. Ooh. The back is burning, but we had twice as thick of a layer that we needed to down there, and only a shovel to move it, so it's been grind city. Okay, there's some tarp repairs. This should help control the temperature in here a bit. Right now I'm debating on whether or not we want to put these brooders on to help dry the rice hull. Okay, we're getting the patches sorted out. They're still working on it. Let's see what it looks like. Looks good. Salamakuya. As you can see, now that it's patched, the efficiency of the ventilation fans has gone way up. You can see the wall literally sucking in because of the negative pressure inside that's pulling in air through the cooling pads. Oh, Jesus Christ. Don't sneak up on me, bruh. You're fucking with my video, brother. So you get away from our friend there. You can see, without these gaping holes, the efficiency of the fan is way higher. The negative pressure inside sucks air in, and you can see it has a good suction. Against here, it's actually sucking in the side of the wall, and that was not the case when we were running the fans last cycle. Because you have a big gaping hole, there's no need, it doesn't suck in, air just freely passes through. You can think of it like if you have a hole in a straw and you're sucking up water, if there's a hole in the side of the straw, your ability to suck water up becomes a lot less inefficient. And that's what was going on here, so this should help stabilize the temperature and let us have a little more control over what the temperature is inside, so that's great. There's a few more holes to fill that the Kuyas are working on now. We have a glue, and then they're just duct taping it until the glue mends. And I'm actually I'm surprised at how, I wasn't expecting the wall to literally look like it's sucking in, but it's good to see. Things are working better. Doctor came to visit. We got the goods. Ugh. We're prepped and ready for tomorrow. We got a nice little gift bag as well, with a coffee mug and some treats. Maybe we'll decorate the hut. But the bathroom is finished. Tapos na. As you can see, here it is. There's a toilet, a sink, a shower. What more could you possibly need? No lights. We don't do luxuries out here. There's a spot for electrical, but I think we're just gonna go buy a flashlight or something because I don't feel like having other people come work on it. And there it is. Sink outside too. Nice counter. So tiles being put to use. We'll set up the brooding area late tomorrow after the rice hull's done, and then we'll be good to go. So there you go. Rice hull's here. We've got the crew ready to unload it. We're unloading 180 bags of rice hull. So we're stacking a lot of it on the side of the building. The dog on there. And then we're gonna bring some bags inside that feel more dry. So you can see, we've already unloaded some. You can see the existing rice hull that we had is taking up most of the space, but there's still some unfilled areas down there, which we'll get laid out probably either tonight or tomorrow and let that dry as well. Then the only thing remaining after we get this stuff in will be the feed. So lots of steps to get done as you prepare for loading. You don't appreciate how many different pieces you need to get in place before chicks arrive. And then when the chicks arrive, that's really your work's just beginning. And one thing that got done that you saw there was an issue with a day or two ago, all of the pans have been cleaned and they're all put back in place. So thank you to Kuya Rodwell. You can see there's no water in them. They're all dry. They've been sanitized and all put back. So that wasn't an easy task, but it's good to get that done in advance of the chicks arriving tomorrow. We're still unloading the rice hull. It's been about 45 minutes, but we're just about wrapping up. It is 6 p.m. right now. We're supposed to have feed dropped off at 2, but the truck is delayed and we're not quite sure when that's going to show up. Hopefully tonight, but if not, hopefully before the chicks come. So that's the last item we're waiting on. Rice hull, almost done, and then feed, and then we should be ready to roll. That's all for today. We'll be back tomorrow to see the arrival of the chicks and how we prepare the farm.